Think your shampoo is just cleaning your hair? Think again. That bottle in your shower could be coating your scalp with cancer-causing chemicals, hormone disruptors, and neurotoxins. Ingredients banned in dozens of countries, but legal in your bathroom. By the end of this video, you'll know which 5 popular brands are harmful and which 3 are actually safe. Your scalp absorbs chemicals faster than almost anywhere else. What you're about to learn could literally save your life. Let's get into it. Walk into any drugstore and you'll see Pantene's gold bottles everywhere. Owned by Procter & Gamble, it's been a household name for decades. Those glossy commercials promise salon-quality hair, but here's what they don't tell you. Some Pantene products have used DMDM hydantoin, a preservative that can slowly release small amounts of formaldehyde. Yes, the same chemical used historically to preserve dead bodies. The International Agency for Research on Cancer has classified formaldehyde as a human carcinogen, though the risk depends heavily on the level and duration of exposure. But the problems don't stop there. See that word fragrance on the label? It's a legal loophole that allows companies to list dozens of undisclosed chemicals under one harmless-sounding term. That fragrance can include phthalates, endocrine disruptors linked in studies to altered thyroid function, reproductive issues, and potential effects on brain development in children. The sodium lauryl sulfate in Pantene cleans so aggressively that it can strip away natural oils, sometimes creating a vicious cycle. Your scalp may overproduce oil to compensate, making you feel like you need to wash more often, which means buying more product. Brilliant marketing, not so great for your scalp's balance. While these sulfates are considered safe at typical cosmetic concentrations, they can cause irritation with prolonged or frequent use, especially for sensitive skin. Here's the kicker. Those silicones that make your hair feel silky smooth, dimethicone and similar compounds coat each strand in a thin synthetic layer that gives instant shine but can build up over time. It's not plastic in the toxic sense, but this coating can block moisture from penetrating the hair shaft. Once you stop using it, your hair may feel worse than before because the buildup masked underlying dryness or damage for months or years. The Environmental Working Group gives many Pantene products moderate to high hazard scores based on ingredient profiles and manufacturing byproducts. Independent testing has found trace amounts of 1,4-dioxane, a probable human carcinogen that can form during the production of certain cleansing agents. While present only in minute levels, regulators encourage manufacturers to minimize its formation. And in 2021, several lawsuits were filed by women claiming Pantene products caused hair loss and scalp irritation. The company denied wrongdoing, and some cases were settled, but the complaints drew widespread attention and raised consumer concerns about ingredient safety and formulation practices. $3 a bottle. That's all it costs to buy Suave. And that's exactly the problem. There's a reason it's so cheap. It has nothing to do with corporate generosity. The ingredient list reads like a chemistry experiment designed to save money, sometimes at the expense of your health. The culprit, hiding in plain sight? Methylisothiazolinone. This preservative was named Allergen of the Year in 2013 by the American Contact Dermatitis Society. It can trigger serious allergic reactions, even contact dermatitis on your scalp. And yes, Suave loads it in because it's cheap and effective. Then there's the sodium lauryl sulfate. It's harsh, industrial-grade harsh. This detergent is similar to what's used in engine degreasers and floor cleaners. On your hair, it strips natural oils, leaving your scalp dry, irritated, and desperate for more shampoo. A vicious cycle, and the product sells itself in the process. Those bright, inviting colors, the blues, pinks, and purples, they come from synthetic dyes like FD and C Blue number 1 and yellow number 5. Approved in the US but banned in multiple countries due to links with cancer and behavioral issues in children. Yet here they are, flowing freely in shampoo bottles, even those for kids. Propylene glycol is next. It's a humectant, yes, but it's also used in antifreeze. Cosmetic-grade propylene glycol is safe in small doses, but daily exposure over years, especially in cheaper products, can irritate skin. And because budget brands often cut corners, trace contaminants like 1,4-dioxane, a probable human carcinogen, can sneak in. Online complaints pour in. Hair loss, scalp burns, dandruff that won't quit. The pattern is always the same. Symptoms appear after switching to Suave and vanish once you stop. Your body is literally signaling distress, rejecting formulas built for cost, not care. Before we expose the remaining 2 toxic brands, we need you to do something. If you care about your health and your family's health, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below telling us which brand you've been using. We read every single one. Now, let's continue. October 2020. That's when everything fell apart for Tresemme. Lawsuits started flooding in from women across America with the same horrifying story. Clumps of hair falling out in the shower, bald patches developing overnight, chemical burns requiring medical treatment. These weren't a few isolated complaints. This was widespread, affecting thousands of women. Tresemme positions itself as salon-quality hair care. The sleek black and white packaging screams sophistication. But behind that polished marketing is a brand that sold products containing formaldehyde-releasing preservatives even as complaints piled up. The culprit? DMDM hydantoin at relatively high concentrations. When exposed to water and heat during showering, this chemical can release small amounts of formaldehyde, which may irritate the scalp and hair follicles. What makes this especially concerning is how the company responded. Initially, they denied wrongdoing, claiming their products were safe and met all regulatory requirements. Only after mounting lawsuits and public pressure did they quietly reformulate some products. But many Tresemme items still contain controversial ingredients today. The fragrance in Tresemme products is strong enough that some users report headaches, nausea, or respiratory irritation. These synthetic fragrances can contain phthalates, which act as hormone disruptors and have been linked in some studies to reproductive issues. Tresemme products have also historically contained cocamide DEA, classified by the International Agency for Research on Cancer as a possible human carcinogen. California law requires warning labels for products containing this chemical, yet it remains present in some formulations nationwide. Did you know Tresemme is owned by Unilever, the same company that makes Suave? Essentially, you're paying more for Suave with fancier packaging. Independent laboratory analyses have even detected trace levels of heavy metals, including lead and arsenic, in some Tresemme products. While concentrations are typically below federal safety limits, scientists caution that repeated long-term exposure to heavy metals through daily use may carry cumulative risks. The bottle shows waterfalls and flowers. The name literally says herbal essences. The commercials feature women in nature suggesting you're washing your hair with pure botanicals. It's one of the most successful marketing deceptions in the beauty industry. Herbal Essences, owned by Procter & Gamble, is built on an illusion. Sure, there may be some plant extracts on the ingredient list, but they're usually at the very end, present in tiny amounts just enough to legally justify the marketing. The first ingredients? Synthetic chemicals? Those strong floral fragrances that linger for hours? Not real herbs. They're synthetic compounds, many of which are allergens and skin sensitizers. People with fragrance sensitivities consistently cite herbal essences as a top trigger. That's not coincidence. It's high concentrations of synthetic scents designed to hit your senses hard. Many products contain polyethylene glycols, or PEGs. During manufacturing, these can carry trace amounts of ethylene oxide and 1,4-dioxane, both probable carcinogens. PEGs also make your skin more permeable, letting other ingredients reach deeper into your scalp. Then there are the parabens, methylparaben and propylparaben. These preservatives have been detected in human breast tissue. While the link to cancer isn't conclusive, parabens can mimic estrogen and may disrupt hormone balance over time. The pH in many shampoos is slightly alkaline, opening hair cuticles and stripping natural oils. That dryness, it's temporarily fixed by their conditioners, creating a subtle dependency. Create the problem, sell the solution. Brilliant business, terrible for your hair. Even their bio, Renew line, marketed as natural and sustainable, is mostly the same formula with a few plant extracts added. It's greenwashing in its purest form, looking eco-conscious without actually changing the product. The bright green bottle. The promises of active fruit concentrate. The fun, fruity smell that makes you think you're getting something healthy and natural. Garnier Fructis has perfected the art of making synthetic chemicals seem wholesome. That active fruit concentrate you see on the label? Mostly marketing hype. Sure, there may be tiny amounts of fruit extracts, but the main ingredients are synthetic chemicals. You're not giving your hair a smoothie, you're giving it a chemical cocktail with a fruity smell and bright packaging. The ammonium lauryl sulfate in Fructis is harsh, more aggressive than even sodium lauryl sulfate. It gives that satisfying lather, but it strips natural oils and weakens the scalp's protective barrier. Over time, this can lead to dryness, irritation, and flare-ups for people prone to eczema or seborrheic dermatitis. Some products have been found to contain trace coal tar derivatives, known carcinogens which may come from impurities or hidden fragrance components. With so little transparency, you never really know what's in the bottle you're using daily. Then, there are the dyes. The signature bright green and yellow colors, petroleum-based, purely aesthetic, and linked to skin sensitization in some users. They add nothing to hair health, but every wash exposes your scalp to these synthetic chemicals. Several Fructis products also contain butylphenyl methylpropionyl, a fragrance banned in the EU for reproductive toxicity as of 2022. Yet in the US, it's still sold with no warnings or reformulation. Essentially, American consumers are being exposed to chemicals deemed unsafe in other countries. Finally, the silicones. High concentrations create that sleek, shiny look, but the moment you stop using Fructis, the shine disappears. That coating blocks moisture from reaching your hair shaft, potentially causing long-term dryness and damage. Many users report their hair looks worse after switching brands because years of damage had been masked by the synthetic coating. Now for the good news. After all that disturbing information, you deserve to know what you should actually be using. After extensive research, ingredient analysis, and consultation with dermatologists and toxicologists, 3 brands stand out as genuinely safe options that won't poison you while washing your hair. Rahua runs about $35 per bottle. Yes, that's expensive, but here's what you're really getting. Ingredients you could theoretically eat. The star ingredient, Rahua oil, comes from indigenous tribes in the Amazon rainforest who have been using it for centuries to promote healthy hair. The company is built on sustainable, ethical harvesting practices that directly support these local communities. But what Rahua doesn't contain tells the bigger story. No sulfates, no parabens, no synthetic fragrances, no silicones, no phthalates, no formaldehyde-releasing preservatives. The ingredient list is short, transparent, and pronounceable. You know exactly what you're putting on your scalp. The Environmental Working Group consistently gives Rahua products low hazard scores, 1 or 2 out of 10. Independent testing shows no detectable levels of concerning chemicals or heavy metals. This is what clean beauty actually looks like. Users do experience an adjustment period as their hair detoxes from years of silicone buildup and chemical coatings. But after 2 to 3 weeks, the transformation is clear. Shinier, healthier, stronger hair. That's not marketing. It's actual hair health being restored from the inside out. 100% Pure lives up to its name. This brand has built its entire identity around radical transparency and ingredient purity. Their shampoos are colored with fruit and vegetable pigments, actual blackberries, blueberries, and beets. No synthetic dyes, no artificial anything. The cleansing agents come from natural sources like coconut, quinoa, and rice. They clean effectively without stripping or damaging your scalp's protective barrier. The foam may be lighter than conventional shampoos, which takes some getting used to, but that lack of lather is actually a sign of gentler, healthier cleansing. Every 100% Pure product is certified cruelty-free and vegan. The company provides full ingredient disclosure explaining exactly what each component does and where it's sourced from. This level of transparency is rare in the beauty industry. Dermatologists often recommend 100% pure for patients with sensitive skin, eczema, psoriasis, or chemical sensitivities because the formulations are genuinely gentle and non-irritating. The brand consistently ranks at the top of safe cosmetics databases. Price-wise, it's around $25 to $30 per bottle. But these products are concentrated. One bottle lasts significantly longer than conventional shampoos. When you calculate cost per wash, it's actually competitive with drugstore brands while being far safer for your health. InnerSense is a favorite among professional hairstylists who understand ingredients and want the best for their clients. This brand combines salon-quality performance with certified organic ingredients, a combination that's surprisingly rare in the hair care industry. All InnerSense products are certified to the EWG verified standard, one of the most rigorous certifications out there. Every ingredient is screened against strict health and safety criteria. No carcinogens, no hormone disruptors, no developmental toxins, nothing that poses a known health risk. The formulations use organic oils, plant extracts, and botanicals that truly nourish hair and scalp. Shea butter, coconut oil, tamanu oil, rooibos tea extract, all ingredients that deliver real, lasting benefits. With continued use, hair improves over time rather than just looking temporarily good. Professional stylists report that clients who switch to InnerSense often see healthier scalps, less hair loss, faster growth, and better color retention. These aren't isolated anecdotes. They're consistent patterns seen across thousands of salon clients nationwide. The price is similar to Rahua, around $30 to $40 per bottle. But here's the thing. You're eliminating exposure to dozens of toxic chemicals, supporting sustainable agriculture, and actually improving your hair's health instead of masking damage. That's worth the investment. Here's what the billion-dollar beauty industry doesn't want you to realize. You don't need to wash your hair every day. Daily shampooing was invented by marketing departments, not science. Your scalp produces natural oils or sebum to protect and moisturize your hair. Stripping them daily with harsh chemicals triggers overproduction, creating a cycle of dependency. Break it, wash every 2 to 3 days or less as your scalp rebalances. Your scalp absorbs chemicals rapidly. Studies show substances applied to the scalp can enter the bloodstream in under 30 seconds. Over decades, repeated exposure to formaldehyde releasers, phthalates, and heavy metals can accumulate in tissues, posing real health risks. Learn to read labels. If you can't pronounce it or don't understand it, research it. Use resources like the Environmental Working Group's Skin Deep database to check product safety. Don't fall for marketing claims. Terms like natural, organic, or botanical are largely unregulated. Look at the actual ingredients. This is not a conspiracy theory. Toxic chemicals in personal care products are documented by scientific institutions worldwide. Many substances banned in other countries remain legal in the US, a gap that reflects regulatory negligence, not consumer protection. Vote with your wallet, demand clean products. When consumers prioritize safer brands, major corporations take notice. Reformulations and transparency follow. Remember, beauty shouldn't cost your health. Shiny or strong-looking hair is meaningless if it comes at the expense of your body. True beauty comes from genuine health, not chemical coatings masking damage. If this video changed the way you think about what you're putting on your head every day, do something about it. Share it with your friends, your family, especially anyone with kids who are more vulnerable to these chemicals. If you want to uncover which everyday products are silently affecting your hormones and overall health, check out the video on your screen right now.